Hello everyone, I hope that you're doing great. Today we're going to see how to create a file system and mount it in a Linux VM here on Azure. I want to clarify that this process can also work on other cloud providers as AWS or Google Cloud, but the difference is how you create a VM and how you attach the disk here in the cloud provider. In this case, we're going to use the Azure cloud provider, but the commands that we're going to execute in the operating systems are mostly the same. It has the same logic. So to begin, I have already created the virtual machine here on Azure that is called VM test. As you can see, this is a Linux Ubuntu VM, and right now it only has the operating system disk attached to this VM. So we're going to create a new disk, and in that new disk we are going to create the file systems. Well, before we see the operating system, it is important that you need to know some basic Linux skills. So if you don't know Linux, it is very important, not just for this case, but like in general in IT, that you learn Linux, you learn how to navigate in the operating system, how to create this, how to create file systems, and everything, how to see process. Yeah, Linux is one of those skills that it is like very important to know. Okay, I right now inside the operating system in that VM. It is very easy to access. In this case, I just assign a public IP to this VM, and I just access to this VM via SSH. So right now I'm inside the VM in the operating system. So the first command that I'm going to execute is lvcreate. This command show the disks that are attached to this VM. As you can see, we have the operating system disk that is called SDA. That is what is the size of this disk? I think it is 30 gigabytes. Yeah. And also we have here the SDB, that is like the temporary disk that it creates when you create the VM. So we're going to create a new disk here. So let's click create and attach a new disk, and we're gonna put a name. I'm gonna put it data disk 0. I'm going to put the same number of the LUM, and I'm gonna select a standard SSD, and I think that the minimum is 32 gigabytes. So let's apply, and our disk is already attached. Our new disk is already attached to the VM. So if we go back to the operating system and execute the same command, ls plk, now it shows another disk, a new disk that is called SDC, and as you can see, it has 32 gigabytes as we defined on the Azure portal. So now we are going to create the file system. So first, to create the file system, we need to create the physical volume. We're going to create the physical volume with this command, pvcreate, and the device with the name of the disk, CDC. Let's hit enter, and now it says physical volume successfully created. Now we're going to create the volume group. So this command is vgcreate. We're gonna put a name for this volume group. I'm gonna put it vg01, and I'm gonna put the name of the physical volume, in this case /dev/cdc. and the volume group vg01 successfully created. If we write this command vgs, we can see that all the volume groups that are created. In this case, we only have created only one, that is just the one we already create, vg01. Now we need to create the logical volume, so we're gonna write lvcreate, and here we have two options. For example, we can put all the command like this, and less L, and we can put the size of the size that we want this file system has. For example, we want this file system only be about 10 gigabytes. So we put it the number of the size, and after that plus n, the name of the logical volume. In this case, I'm gonna name it lv01, and the name of the volume group where we want this logical volume be. In this case, we want this logical volume be in the volume group 01, and it says logical volume lv01 created. Again, if we write lvs, now it appears all the logical volumes in that that are created in the operating system, but also it says that this logical volume lv01 belongs to the volume group vg01, and the size it is 10 gigabytes. Now we need to format the file system. So in this case, I'm gonna format in the xfs format. So to execute this command, we put mkfs.xfs /dev, the name of the volume group vg01, and the name of the logical volume lv01. Let's hit enter, and now the file system is it has this format xfs, and now we're going to mount this file system in a directory. In this case, I don't have the. We're gonna create a folder that is called. We're gonna put it. I don't know, mkdir. We're gonna create it inside root, and we're gonna name it data. So now we're going to mount this file system in that directory, in that folder. Before that, if we execute df-h, we can see all the file systems that are mounted in this VM. As you can see, there is no file system for this directory /data, so we're gonna mount it right now. For that, we're going to execute mount /device, the name of the volume group that is called vg01, the name of the logical volume that is called lv01, and let's hit space, and here the route or the path where we want to mount this file system. In this case, it's going to be in /data. So, and after that, I'm gonna hit enter. If we execute again df-h, now we can see that it appears this new file system that is in this path, and it is mounted on this directory /data. it has this size 10 gigabytes. It already has it already have used this size. We can see the available size, the percentage that is already used, 3%, and with that we mount a file system in a folder or directory. Also, if we want to see what format has those file systems, we can execute df -h -ht, and it shows the type that every file system has. As you can see, this one is that we create. It has the xfs type of format, and we can see the other type of format that the other file system has. But okay, we have mount the file system and everything, but if we restart this VM, we're going to lose the amount of that file system. So for that not to happen to us, we need to execute this. We're going to access to the fstab file. So in this case, we're gonna edit this file /etc/fstab, and here we're going to go to the last line. And now we're going to put the path of the volume group and logical volume, the path of or the directory where it is mounted, and the format. So we're gonna put dev lv01, sorry, v01/lv01 space or tab slash the directory where we mount the file system, in this case /data space the format, the type xfs tab, and we're going to put here default and /0 0. So we're gonna save this the changes. Okay, let's verify the file. Okay, /dev/vg01 /logical volume 01 slash the path xfs default 00. Okay, so now we're going to restart the VM and see if the file system is already there. So we're gonna hit shoot down +R now. So let's wait. Okay, we are back to inside the VM, and let's see if it is the file system still mounted. Let's hit the df/h, and the file system, it is not here. Okay, let's see if we do something wrong. Okay, now I see the problem. There is it is default with an S at the end here. There it is. I just put it without the S. So let's save the file. Escape W and Q. Okay, let's see, it is saved. Okay, yeah, and we're going to restart again the VM. Okay, we're back again inside the VM. Let's see now if it is the file system still mounted, and there it is. It is the file system, and now after we restart the VM, the file system keeps mounted. So that's how you can mount a file system. Okay, we can still create a new file system. If the disk is still have enough space, we can still create new file systems. So that this it was of 32 gigabytes, we only assign 10 gigabytes. We have like 22 gigabytes available. So in this case, we can mount it a new one. In this case, we have already created the physical volume and the volume group, so we don't need to create a new ones. In this case, we can create a logical volume directly. In this case, we're going to create the logical volume, lvcreate, and we can assign the another form that I told you, that is this less L, and we can put here 100% free, and the name of the logical volume, in this case I'm gonna name it lv02, and the name of the volume group. What this command means? It means that it's going to use, to create a logical volume, it's going to use the 100% free space that this has to create to assign the space to the logical volume. So let's hit enter, and it says logical volume created. If we hit VGS, now it says that this volume group has 2 logical volumes and it has 0 free space. If we hit LVS, it appears the logical volume 01, that it has 10 gigabytes, and the logical volume 02, that has assigned all the free space that was left in that disk. So, and here we can execute the rest of the command. For example, to format the disk, mkfs.xfs, and the path of the logical volume 001 and logical volume 02. So it is already formatted, and now we can mount the logical volume 02. We're going to create a new directory that is called backup, and we're going to mount the lv02 in this directory. So vg01 lv02 in the directory backup. Let's hit enter. Okay, if we hit df-h, now appears here, and if we see the /etc/fstab, I'm gonna copy this, and let's edit that file. I'm going to insert a new line, and here let's put the same, just we are going to change that this is for logical volume 02, that it is mounted in the /backup directory. I can hit a tab here. There it is. Okay, let's save the file, and now we can restart again the VM to see if the file system keeps there. So we're back to the VM, and let's see df H, and here we have the file system backup and the file system data. So that's how you create a file system and mount it in an Azure Linux VM. I'm gonna put the commands in the description so you have it there, and that's it. If you want to see more of these videos, more videos about cloud, about AI, about Linux, you can comment in the comment section what do you want to see, and I'm gonna bring it to you. So thank you for watching, and